Alrighty, we're going to dive in for the next leg of our all signs reading. Doing this a bit later in the evening, so I'm speaking a bit lower, but hopefully that's okay. We're going to dive into our next zodiac sign. I believe we're on Libra, people and placements. From the highest teams of love and light for Libra. You could be really focused on your money right now. Getting momentum in that area, especially if you've dealt with something that really took you off your game or made you lose confidence in some sense. There's something about coming back into your power, into your authority. Page of Swords here. So maybe you're studying or learning a lot, or there could be like initiatory information or communication coming towards you, like people talking to you. Three of Cups. Yeah, this could be people like wanting to collaborate with you, connect with you emotionally. You can see they're celebrating, kind of having a drink. So maybe you're considering going for a drink, or be safe, of course. There could be a lot being purged from your life right now. This could be something about dating, romance, creative hobbies, interests. You could begin journaling, or you could be into writing, or that could be really helpful. I think you're alchemizing something towards a greater sense of peace as well with the Temperance card here. Maybe you're becoming less impulsive as well. Tell me more, Libra. Yeah, there's something about like divine justice playing out in regards to your money, or you could be keeping this private or close to the chest right now. There's something about divine timing at play in your love life as well. All right, Libras, where can we go next? Angel Michael for Libras. Oh God, okay. Total transformation energy here. You could have made a choice that was very transformative as well. Yeah, there's something about like divine justice regarding your South Node or past life experiences, repetitive experiences, bad karma kind of balancing out maybe out of your life. I see you receiving something like a letter, or like this could be more metaphorically just some kind of communication. I think you really had to learn a lot about like your shadow side, or doing like shadow work, especially like maybe looking into like darker emotions. This could have had something to do with Scorpio potentially. Doesn't have to be. This could have like totally caused a death, rebirth energy to your whole like entire identity. There could have been a choice you made to move away from some kind of conflict and towards like a new beginning of some sort, some kind of transformative beginning. I think you really had to like go within the past, or like really reminisce or reflect, especially with all the planets in retrograde motion, never approaching. I mean, we actually are going to be beginning going forward, I believe, in after November. Saturn and Neptune, I believe, will stop going retrograde and we'll begin to retrace and go direct. So that'll be really nice. So anything that's been stalled for quite a while, quite a few months, will feel like it's going to begin to pick up at the end of November, I think. But regardless, we're still kind of maybe this is what has been happening though. Like all that strong retrograde energy with Saturn and Neptune that went retrograde from Aries back into Pisces. So whatever houses those rule in your chart has really received this kind of revising, this kind of looking back retro, right? Return, revise. So I'm just wearing like casual sweatpants. Okay, Libra. And this could be so that you can actually become stronger, because we have the Emperor here in your future position. So, I mean, we have Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries in 2026. So it's going to be really important for you guys to like understand that energy, embody it, channel with it, right? Aries is all about conquering beginnings, being selfish, and being assertive, right? Being assertive and anger, right? It's okay to feel angry. It's a good thing, if anything. I mean, anything in extreme is bad, but there are times when anger, if you don't feel any anger at all, that's an issue, right? That's probably like you're repressing something, right? So, and Saturn is typically like represses it, but then it masters it. So when you establish boundaries, Saturn loves you, because you're now taking control over your life. But when you operate from other people's boundaries or their fears, not so good. Sorry, I hope there's not too much lint. Okay, we have rebirth energy, renewal here. Yeah, you've made a choice, I think, to move towards some kind of renewal, it looks like. So this could have involved a separation. Let's get your advice. What are your actions for your highest timeline for Libra at this present moment? completely coming out of sadness, ending something entirely. Five of Cups in the reverse is a beautiful card to see in the future position. This is coming out of any kind of emotional upheaval, any kind of sadness, any pain. Really mastering a situation, really putting things to an end. Maybe you could be feeling like huge cycles are ending. Neptune takes 165 years to go through all the zodiac signs. So this could be stuff from like past lives. Neptune is our subconscious. It rules ghosts, right? So it could be different lives that you've lived where similar circumstances or dynamics in the collective consciousness have kind of played out. Because if you listen to near-death experiences, they say the soul is split or fragmented. It's kind of like yes, we are a soul, but we're connected to a larger one, right? So it's kind of like it's like sometimes you ever notice you meet some people who are just like you, like it's like parallel realities or something. I don't know, I'm just saying. I'm not going to get into that. Let's see more advice. Yeah, because something really had you screwed up in the past because it was creating so many burdens on you, so you really had to make a choice for your own happiness. They want you to stay in control, be the boss babe you are with the devil here. This is you establishing the rules. This is you. I just noticed his wings. He's got like these beautiful wings. Anyways, he kind of looks like he's doing the Spock symbol, so maybe something about like Star Wars or whatever, Star Trek. I don't know if that's Star Wars or Star Trek. I have no idea. I tried to watch Star Wars once or twice. I think it was like a boyfriend once I had, and I just couldn't. I was so bored. I think it's just the beginning. It's really slow or something. Anyways, I don't know though. I might return to it. Don't hate me. Yeah, continue to see things clearly. You could be really working on something, maybe your personal happiness or clarity, but we're gonna move on. Ooh, someone is working against you or behind your back is where I split the deck. Okay, Libras. You could be moving out of a time of like instability. You could have protection from a powerful friend. This could be like a new love situation, or maybe this is like a spirit guide, or like just you being a closer friend to yourself. Libra. You could have moved away from something. I think you weren't even passionate about it. I think you're not moving. Like maybe you're like really grounding at this time, or really getting some roots. You could have spiritual protection and guidance. Yeah, you could have been dealing with a younger man in the past that was like not even the sex was good. Like maybe they had the tools but they didn't know how to use it. Libra. Good lord. Yeah, just move away from anything that was unjust so the energy can return to sender, especially if you were dealing with somebody very argumentative, I want to say, or aggressive. Yeah, that's crazy. I just said that. A stubborn, aggressive person. Amen. Thank you, Jesus and Angel Michael, for these confirmations. Anything else for Libra? Everything is connected, right? Someone could have helped you to see something clearly, or maybe you're like learning about how certain men operate. I posted some videos on my post tab today. It was like TikTok compilations. Yeah, there was a warning. Somebody warned you, or let's continue with the other half for Libras. Libra. This person could have had your money fucked. No offense. You could have taken a vacation or separated yourself from this person. Libra. Could have impacted your career. Strong emotion, passionate love or hate. So maybe there's been like a purification in your emotional realm. Yeah, we have someone leaving your life, the end of a situation. So that could be the protection as well. This could be something that was more rooted in past lives with a south node here, like karmic connections, like being trapped. This person could have been very clingy as well. I think this is something that's leaving your life as a part of divine justice and rebalancing the scales, because it looks like right after you have the Ace of Pentacles, which I love. There's a lot of financial energy here, which is lovely to see. We do have the Taurus full moon, which will actually be ruled by, I believe, Venus in Libra at that moment. So that'll be really interesting. So you guys might really enjoy the Taurus full moon that's coming up on the 4th or 5th. It could be like a culmination, and Uranus is going retrograde. So there's back into Taurus to finish up. There's this kind of like culmination energy, and Uranus can rule like divine inspirations or quick lightning fast changes, and that which could be a great thing, right? Like especially if you're talking about money, and depending what your rising sign is, which house it rules. If it's in a money house, even more so, right? Shrewdness and resourcefulness, you've kind of had to learn. It looks like you've had to like redirect your path as well. Yeah, if there was someone hiding something from you, like romantically or in your relationships, it looks like as well. But we're gonna jump into juicy messages. Libra. Someone could have been looking to use you. Maybe somebody thought you were a come up. I think I saw like a TikTok compilation of like men. It was like men use women TikTok, like they admit it or something. Like they don't even love. I mean, So Libra. Something about a Capricorn could be relevant. Maybe a Cancer. Maybe an Earth sign. Let's see what we've got. Live a life of peace, not pain. So maybe you've got received some kind of warning about that, and you moved away from something with more shrewdness. I just noticed there's a card there. Very interesting. You could have been very careful. Always keep your self care. Yeah. So maybe something was threatening that or something. So you had to be very shrewd. Um, be your best self. They're trying to intimidate you. So maybe you got to out intimidate the intimidator. I'm seeing Jaws, the movie with the giant shark, was plotting against you. So maybe you've got to plot against the plotter. Just kidding. Don't waste your energy. Just elevate. Send the monkeys back. The truth triggers inauthenticity, right? Because lies don't stand up against truth. It's like darkness doesn't stand up when you light a candle. Awaken, be brave, follow gifts, be excited, own who you are. So maybe you need to manifest or expand your boxes and really manifest and ask for what you desire. Because you could have good karma, right? An Ace of Pentacles, that could be like a new beginning, something long term financially. Awaken, be brave, follow gifts, be excited, own who you are. So keep that frequency nice and high, manifest, focus, vision board, whatever. Journal, talk to your spirit team about what you'd like. Was/is willing to betray you and eat you alive. I'm seeing like those bugs that like lay eggs and the other bugs, I think, or something, or those funguses. You are a magical person, so use it. Husbands giving wives STDs. So this could be somebody who is very like promiscuous. It says German in the future, so I don't know if this is like a German or you could be going to Germany, or someone here could be German maybe in the future, or this could be a Capricorn. Expect success. You'll be open to receiving it. Like attracts like, right? I actually heard a great quote today that said something like, the universe responds to resemblance, not intention. And I thought that was so smart. It's very true. And that's why, like, you'll, certain people will be attracted, or they'll move to like certain haunted houses, right? Especially if you live in a house. So if you listen to like haunting documentaries or haunted documentaries, a lot of them will talk about how the ghosts that were in that house that they happened to move into and whatever, experienced some of the same emotions they were feeling when they moved in. Like, for example, I think there was this one woman who was like had a baby, and she like, she was going through a lot of emotions, and she was always negative, or she was sad or something. And she realized after being in this house and getting haunted and seeing this ghost and then doing research or something, that the woman also, like 100 years prior or something, had also had a child, and there was some kind of tragedy or something to do with the child. So it's like they were resonating on the same frequency, and it was kind of this healing. Like sometimes we resonate. So it's kind of like, you ever notice that people that you attract, like right after a breakup, if you're really weak, you'll attract some of the worst people. You know what I mean? Because it's like you look weak and you feel weak, so you're attracting is in resonance with that in a way. Yeah, so just make sure you're really cognizant, because if you feel good and you feel happy and secure, and you know that you're supported by your spirit team and God, and then you attract people that are also on that same kind of frequency of empowerment and embracing and strength, right? So let's see. Be you. Don't try to be loved by all, right? Because where's that people pleasing insecurity coming from? Aries is all about the self. It's all about being unashamedly yourself so you can forge a new path. If everybody tries to mimic each other, it's like, that's why they say like a group of people is dumb sometimes, like cattle. Magnetize the people like you. Very interesting. And wanted you low vibe to take you down. So don't be around people that, if your self-care is out of whack, if you're not feeling good in that connection, if you feel tired after dealing with that person, get the hell on. Hit the road, Jack, okay? And cut your energy off. Don't talk to them. Don't think about them. Do what you got to do. Purge it out of your system. Okay, Libra. What is that? Confidence. Wow. The boar and the pumpkin, just as Halloween approaches, eh? Alrighty. Let's go ahead and see my lovely Libras. Oh, it opened right to it. I didn't even try. Amen. And that's how it happens. When you have that confidence, everything just falls into place. You're in total alignment. You have confidence. You have faith. You have the ability to attract easily with pleasure. I'm sure you already know all this. But it's not bad to get a reminder, I'm sure. With their winding vines and large, heavily seeded fruit, pumpkins signify abundance, health, and resilience. Meanwhile, the fierce, intelligent boar is known for sharp tusks and aggressive movements. I mean, people do hunt boars, right? So, but there's also like, stories of boars like, with their horns or some their tusks like ripping the meat off of people's legs, I believe. Combined with boar and pumpkin embody self-assurance. So you could be feeling this like wealth. Pumpkins feel like very like full and like complete and like hearty. Like pumpkins are fucking great. They're delicious, right? I don't know. I like squashes. I'm a fan of all those gourds. Stick them in the oven, roast the shit out of them, and you got a great time. Anyways, sorry. Let's see. What accomplishments am I proud of? How can I improve my confidence and sense of worth? Wow. So maybe you're doing actions, self-care actions. Maybe you feel better. Maybe you've lost some weight. Maybe you're eating better. Maybe your health is improving. Maybe you're doing journaling. Maybe your mental health is better. Maybe you feel more inspired. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. Maybe you're just having more fun. You're dancing, listening to music, whatever you like. Right? That's such a gift. Anyways. Big changes could be possible in your career. I think you're letting go of like an identity almost, or expanding into a bigger sense of identity, a wiser sense of identity, a luckier sense of personal identity. Um, this could be impacting your career or your purpose, your overall like long-term goals as well. But very interesting. Let's see what else we can get. Did we do actions, advice? I think we did, but maybe we'll get you one of these. Like my little fun, fresh, modern deck. All right, I just heard Taurus. You could be dealing with one Libra. Fill your cup. Very interesting. Yeah, so whatever was draining your cup is like maybe you're gaining clarity on that. Okay, Libra. This could have been like other people's burdens, projections. You could have done like a lot of deep shadow work, like mental, like emotional work. Maybe you had to purge a lot of people's emotions. Maybe you didn't realize you were picking up on their emotions. Or you could be calling on angels to like cut cords around you or sever, or just like protect you. You could be doing shielding exercises, right? Calling all your energy back. I love how mediums usually talk about this, right? Because you really need to know how to tune in and tune out. Otherwise, you just go fucking nuts, right? So yeah, and when you have that ability to discern, it's really important too. Anything else for Libras? Discerning what's yours and what's not yours. I think Gavin Newsom is probably a good example of this. I don't know if I don't know if he's actually like a Libra, but I think he has Libra placements. He gives off like Libra-esque vibes, which is like balance. Like now that he's like, I see his TikToks and he's like, advocating for like things, and I just think that's so great that he's not afraid to be out there doing stuff. So I have to search up his chart actually. I'm kind of curious. I feel like he has Libra placements. I know he's Capricorn, I'm pretty sure. But Capricorn and Libra get along. I think cardinal signs can have an affinity sometimes for each other because they're self-starters, right? All right, let's see. Gavin Newsom. He's a Libra sun. He actually is a Libra. His moon is in Capricorn. Okay, so shit. He's a Virgo ascendant. Gotta loves it. Gotta loves it. Mercury in Scorpio. Pluto in Virgo. Very cool. Very cool. Saturn in Aries. Wow, that's crazy because we actually he's going through his return then. So that's really interesting. And Saturn rules the government, and usually, like, you go through a few returns, and Saturn like rewards the older you get, right? So very nice. He could be getting like good karma. Aries rules like wartime. It also rules individuality. So maybe he's a great person to kind of look at and how he deals with the transits that are coming up. And Neptune in Aries as well. He has Neptune in Scorpio. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. That's really interesting. He has a Saturn in Aries. Wow. And Aries is all about self-assertion, right? Because usually in earlier life, Saturn will restrict whatever zodiac sign it's in your birth chart, right? So if it's in Sagittarius, you have trouble with education, maybe like university. If it's in Gemini, you might have trouble with like local community or earlier education. If it's in the fourth house, you might have, or in Cancer, you might have issues with your home or family, etc. But in Aries, it could be, which is ruled by Mars, energy, drive, self-assertion, right? So not being afraid to like stand for something, to be individualistic, right? To separate yourself from others, right? Not going with the flow. So that's really interesting. Yeah, momentum, like driving, energy. Very cool, very cool. Aggression, warrior spirit, fighting for the balance, the cosmic balance, really. Beautiful. Something about dice could be relevant, but the light is green. You could be enjoying like sunsets as well. That could be relevant, or you could be traveling potentially even. Wow, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit like, subscribe. Yeah, divine timing on the top. Wow, 14. So continue to move with the transits, see how they affect you. Journal maybe, have a journal practice maybe on, paper or on your phone, or follow the transits. I know Rick Astrology makes great videos every week, I think, and he details the transits in the description of his videos. So thanks for being here. I'm going to end it here. And feel free to watch for your other zodiac signs or placements if you feel so called. But we shall be moving on. This friend, side note, if you're still here, could have been a Capricorn. The one that could have helped you. Or somebody born in December. It could be a Sag. I don't think so. But you do you. Let's see. We're going to dive into Scorpio. Oh shit. There we go. Alrighty then. Scorpio, welcome, welcome. Scorpio people in placements. Feeling drawn to the dice. I don't know where my other dice is. Is it still there? Where did you come from? Where did you go? There it is. Scorpio, let's start you out. You're the only ones I've done the dice for. Scorpio people in placements to begin from the highest team timeline. Angel, Michael, Guardians, and Guides for their highest timeline. Scorpio. Could be something about, wow, could be about 5-5. So, yeah, I could be seeing that a lot, but this could be about romance, dating, creativity, connection to your soul, career, leadership, potential, ego, conflict. Scorpio, can you give us any messages from Angel, Michael, Guardians, and Guides? Something about forgiveness or truth. Maybe somebody hasn't been expressing truth and wants to be forgiven for this. They want to move towards some kind of growth. This person could be very closed off at some point. They want to bridge the gap. They feel very attracted. They have some kind of epiphany. I woke up. I see somebody like running to, like, in those rom-coms, they always had like the protagonist like running to the airport to like save the girl before she gets on the plane. I don't know. Bruh. She's already on that plane. It's too late. I don't know. Scorpio. People in placements. The Hermit. Somebody could have taken a lot of time, like solo. There could have been a third-party situation. Maybe somebody's like realizing they want to work on something with somebody that they've taken too long. That somebody's become maybe they're attracted to somebody's like singleness, or they're angry about it. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Sorry. Somebody ruined something potentially. They want to work on it. The Emperor. This could be somebody who's in their ego or thinks they're all that. And a bag of chips. Could be a Taurus. Could be somebody who just wants a commitment. Scorpio. Somebody wants to move out of like stasis, stagnancy, resting in their laurels, so to speak. Sorry if I'm speaking low. It's kind of late. I probably should be speaking lighter, but what's your advice? What the hell? That wasn't supposed to be there. Change. Your advice is pack your shit, get on the fucking train tracks, and head your ass out of here with the chariot. Move towards something. Go Speedy Gonzalez. Just kidding. What's your advice? Move towards stability. Okay. Especially if you're used to like being like single Pringle, or somebody here is. There could be somebody who wants to like build something more long term. Somebody's been like overburdened though. Like they could be really like stubborn, aggressive. They could have issues with their communication. Tell me more about advice, please. Move out of dissatisfaction. Isn't that like a Rolling Stones song? Like, I don't know. Somebody wants to work on something. Something that they weren't investing in before, that they were procrastinating on, or that you should be doing this. Yeah, somebody didn't express their emotions. They might want to like express something or work out something emotionally with the Three of Cups here. Isn't that the advice section though? See something clearly, explain something, reveal something, move out of stasis again. Yeah, so maybe somebody's only considering this right now, or maybe you're considering how to take action on something. Something about third eye clarity, talking to your spirit team will be extremely helpful as well. Asking for the next step in your head, listening to downloads, praying. Anything else for Scorpio? Queen of the Dead, 31. This could be some kind of communication. Fear not the rage of the fire living within it is the power of your fierceness waiting to taste you fully. Pumpkin spice and apple cider. Somebody else got that today, but I don't remember who. Oh, shit. Kitchen witchery. Abundance flows easily and effortlessly into your life. Be in gratitude. So maybe somebody was like taking something for granted in the past, or they weren't grateful for something. They weren't investing in something. Maybe potentially they didn't want to put in the effort or the work. Isn't that a Britney Spears song? Somebody might have had to like mature in some sense. Embracing your dark side, naughtiness, and using darkness for good. Rage, ambition, jealousy, manipulation can be channeled for a good cause. Rather than viewing them as being bad, see them as opportunities for evolution and growth. The energies are useful, and your willingness to work with rather than against demons is key for showing them the way to the light. So it's kind of like not being in denial, able to face it, like able to understand where they're coming from, doing that shadow work. Blue Tara. Oh, shit. 17. So there could be something about a new connection potentially. Alrighty. Guya Kali. I guess we'll read that one since it was on the ground. Wanted my attention. Capricorn energy, Taurus energy, your energy. The Divine Mother, who knows all with every answer and every mystery within her power to disclose, provides knowledge at the right time in the best way. An answer to your question will be provided. So maybe you need to ask the question and listen to downloads. Do not immediately dismiss intuitions that are unexpected or lead you into unknown territory. Rest and reflect upon insights, allowing wisdom rather than a reaction to distill their usefulness and value. So journaling could help, talking to God. An entirely new perspective about a matter of importance is awakening. A secret shall be revealed, and all you need to know will be given. It's going to be about a Sagittarius, a travel, expansion, letting go of something. Guya Kali means secret Kali. She is the dark tantric counterpart of the bright goddess Lalita Tripura Sundari. She is the same triune nature, but does not dwell in the light, and is not accessible to anyone who simply calls on her as a loving mother. She is so powerful and so potentially disturbing in her fierce liberation that she is shrouded in mystery, unknowable to any except those who are able to tolerate her revelations. So revelations, we do have like that Taurus full moon approaching us on the 4th and 5th, which is about, full moons usually bring times of revelation, and it has Uranus retrograde also making a conjunction to it, right? So we're going to have like final kind of culminations as Uranus finishes its transit in Taurus, conjoining that moon, and the moon is like a satellite anchor point for that energy. The Tantras teach to connect with her requires initiation and guidance of a teacher. What does this mean? There are some insights we must be ready for. So that could be about your energetic frequency changing. Yeah, we saw change. Even though they are ultimately helpful, we are unable to accept some truths about the experiences that prepare us to understand and even embrace what we would have tried to avoid at any cost. It can take time to become ready to deal with pain that arises and to recognize uncomfortable truths, even though it is a good kind of pain that frees you and eventually ends rather than keeps you trapped in a loop of repetitive suffering. Like it's almost kind of like a purification burning. Guya Kali dwells in the shadows and the cremation grounds and the places less accessible emotionally and psychologically. They are interior realms with only the most committed adepts dare venture. We do not choose her when we are ready. She chooses us. When we enter into the experience that shakes the foundations of our current understanding, there is often a period of disbelief, shock, and confusion that precedes newfound clarity. So it's kind of like a level up. You get to shed that kind of old, restricting, confined box of ideas. You may find that your entire world has been turned on its head when a revelation takes us beyond the breaking point of what we once provided emotional, psychological safety. We are catching a glimpse of her handiwork. This is why we need holding by someone, not in the old way, but an enlightened witness who shows up as a therapist, healer, a spiritual teacher, mentor, or even friend. You can also call on angels to surround you, evolved enough to know how to love, empower, and be in wisdom rather than try to rescue you. You are enough of a spiritual badass to have attracted Guya Kali that no matter how difficult things may temporarily be, you can be sure that you don't need rescuing. You just need support and presence as you take the steps now necessary. There are teachings in the Guya Kali Tantras that depict her seated upon a lion seat, or a simhasana, which is a posture in her physical practice of yoga that releases negative energy. So maybe you need to do grounding exercise and inhale golden white light, exhale black gray energy out through the base of your feet, or imagine golden energy emanating out from your body, on your pores, everywhere. Her appearance is not merely on the inhale and exhale, right? Her appearance is not merely for stirring things up. There are systems that are comfortable at one level, but at another are holding a lot of negative energy, which needs to be discharged. So it's like, what are you aligning with? Like, are the frequencies of like what you're interacting with and investing your energy in, are they on the timeline that you want? Are they, what is the energy, right? Her appearance lets us know that whatever's being challenged by our new perspectives has been a source of negative energy in our lives. Even if we believe to his support, we don't have to dismiss or disregard what has been, nor be ungrateful for all we learn from it. However, it is time to realize the true nature of certain circumstances, to take off rose-colored glasses and see things for what they are. Her scimitar shows her ability to be free from conditioning, so that deeper mysteries can be understood. Her mace shows power, strength, and authority, including her capacity to deliver powerful blows that destabilize false structures and help us discover truth when we're ready and capable of bearing witness to it. Her two hands and a blessing reassures us we shall be able to recognize, process, and prosper from the truth. And we don't need to fear the revelations unfolding. It actually gives you greater strategy, right? This is Callie, after all. If she rocks your world, it's to till the soil of the soul, so that abundant new life can flourish. This could be about your dreams, desires, could be about networks, could be about connections to others. So I'm just checking my tea. Okay, let's see if we can get you see messages now. You could have money coming in, or there could be something about finances. I'm going to pull actually a little Normand. Scorpio. Oh. Can't even freaking shuffle. I feel like there's going to be a lot of money. I don't know. Or you might be aiming for that or manifesting that. You need to get in alignment with that. Maybe there's something about saving your money, Scorpio. Maybe you need to take a more assertive stance regarding that as well, like regarding long-term goals. This could be something about a friend with dog here. It says, man's best friend, faithful and true, is solely lend and trust to you. A pat on the head delights you, boy, and rewards you greater loyalty and joy. This could be about something like that could potentially bring a lot of happiness, or something that wants to be repaired here, potentially. Don't take it if it's not your reading. Number 9, flowers. Happiness anew from the flower scent means the outlook for you, means encouragement. Days filled with pleasures come true. Fate has willed the best unto you. This could be after you release something, or maybe you're planning for the future with this as well. Stork, interesting. Somebody else got stork. All right, let's jump into juicy messages. Listen to your gut instincts at this time as well. Okay, Scorpio. The highest teams of love and light. I don't know what Vereen is, but I just heard Vereen. Scorpio. Nobody knocking on the ground, but the one that fell in my lap was, they want your person because you want your person. So I don't know what the hell that's about. Maybe some kind of egotistical games. They want your person because you want your person. Actually, it kind of makes sense. Like if somebody thinks that you're so attractive, sometimes like really insecure people, from what I've seen or what I've learned, just want to fuck with you, basically. Scorpio. It's kind of pathetic, but whatever. Who cares, honestly? Scorpio. But I just heard sperm donor, so maybe somebody like is really promiscuous or has a lot of connections with others. Vereen is a food. It's a Vereen is a glass container. Okay. Oh, so you put like desserts in it or something. Oh, why the hell? What the hell does that mean? Spiritual meaning? Goddess of fertility and nature. I don't know if AI is just, fucking with me now, but demon of impatience and healing. Vereen is listed as a demon, the demon of impatience and self-healing health. Tempt people with impatience. Okay. Let's see what else we can get. It says, stop trying to save everyone else. Save yourself. It's time to put you at the front. So maybe somebody had like weird priorities. Very insecure, so tries to focus on putting others down. So maybe somebody wants to stop doing this or let this go. Dangerous to be near them. Maybe somebody already let this go. Don't go back there. Magi. So somebody here could be like a magician, a warlock. Get more responsible, or maybe you need to be more responsible for what you're manifesting. Trying to spin you in a web of lies. And what kind of manifestations do you want to spin around yourself? It says ironic, Alanis. So that song. You are getting channeled messages. So pay attention, ask questions, finding all lost parts of your soul, unifying. So this could be like things from the past, or maybe team members. This person is from a past life. Yeah, you could be meeting people from a past life. You can't go signing a deal with the devil and be mad when he comes to collect. Don't entertain him or this, or don't invite the energy in, right? Date the other sex you usually do. Maybe this could be about different types as well, just different types of people persecuting you because you serve God. The Skeleton Key, great movie. You can make things explode with your mind, electricity. Everything's vibration, I guess. Voice experiences that haven't been heard. Artist. So that could be really important because life imitates art, they say, right? We have all men ever do is lie, natural part of their character, because truth is they ain't shit. So maybe somebody was acting like this. Maybe they were like not reflecting or not emotionally reciprocating. Dodge people. It says good surprise. Sideways. Okay. Okay. Let's get one of the animals I don't think we did. Scorpio. Whoa, fox. I don't know if this is upright or reversed, but adaptability. Maybe somebody was very like non-adaptable. Your stubbornness may be holding you back. Remain open-minded and beware of becoming stuck in our ways. Do I feel stuck? How can I adapt to changes in my life? This could be in your career or your long-term plans. We have creative ingenuity, so we see the web there. And let's go ahead and see this squirrel one. Prepare for winter ahead. While fun and games are necessary parts of life, don't become so distracted you forget to provide for yourself. Am I prepared for the future? Have I been working hard to achieve my goals? Let's go about communication. Let's go ahead and see. It could be a portal or something about your spirituality could be really relevant, or Gemini energy. It says, spiders represent balance of light and dark, cunning yet patient. They spin intricate webs. They are both beautiful and deadly. The passion flower is a vining flower that has come to symbolize faith. It was named by 16th century Jesuit missionaries who associated the plant with the passion of Christ. Its filaments represented the crown of thorns, its 10 petals, and the 10 faithful apostles, and so on. There could be huge shifts happening. I think I discussed this in Libra's reading a bit about how at the end of November we're actually going to have Saturn and Neptune, I believe, or at least Saturn not going retrograde anymore, so it's actually going to begin to go forward direct again, which will be really nice. We'll feel like we actually have the ability to make tangible progress in the material realm. So there could be something about karma, or being able to build solid structures at that point, maybe, or work towards that point. But yeah, you can solve your problems unconventionally and with cleverness. You need only exercise patience in order to fully appreciate the results of labor. How can I overcome an obstacle using my talents? When have I solved a problem using my ingenuity in the past? This could be about communication specifically, or your local community, or friends, or just communication, commerce. But we do have Blue Tara here that wanted to show herself. 17. This could be new contracts. So we're going to read that. Yeah, maybe this is something you're moving towards potentially, or you want to initiate. It's hiding. So something's hiding. Sweet Mother of Peace now bestows her gifts of clarity, peace, and power to overcome any negative condition. Just as the beautiful lotus grows from muddy waters, so too shall you arise from confusion, difficult circumstances, and heavy energies into sacred blossoming. So moving out of stagnancy. If you feel held back or slowed down by circumstances, remember that your soul has the ability to process all experiences and become stronger, not weaker, through doing so. The oracle indicates healing and positive prediction for a peaceful future. That's beautiful. Unlike Callie's wild free hair, Tara's is carefully coiled. This represents the gift of gently taming the wild spirit and providing us with careful, patient, and loving steps to bring ourselves back into peace and empowerment. So maybe there's something about praying, asking, talking to your spirit team, asking them to keep you focused. If you've been feeling out of control of yourself or situations, or felt incapable of positively influencing, the Oracle of Putara brings comfort. Chaos will give way to the correct higher order of love. Let there be peace in your heart. As she looks to her right, gazing towards the future, the gift of the Oracle is a prediction of a peaceful, protected, authentically expressive future drawing close to you now. It's based on frequency, right? You have every right to feel hopeful, happy, and secure in the future destiny unfolding. It's going to be in your career or long-term aims. But let's see if we have any extra last juicy messages, and we'll close out. Oh, shit. Scorpio, last messages. There could be something that had to be like broken down. Could be something about a coffee date, Starbucks specifically, or something like that. It says childlike willingness to trust universe's support. I'm going to rewrite that. Okay. Making home cooked meals could be important, right? That healthy food, the energy that goes into it, the cleanliness. What you're not changing, you're choosing. Getting very little from situation. This could be something in the past, maybe. Finding all lost parts of your soul, unifying, right? Okay, don't hate on people who are happy, right? Because why are you hating when you could just have that same joy? Why not just feel that joy? They want your ideas. It says you are getting channel messages. It says just wants to one up you, have authority over you. So this could be someone very insecure who doesn't feel like they have authority in their own life. They, right, they want your person because you want your person, etc. Don't let them back into your good graces. So this person could have like nefarious intentions. Never deal with people that put you down. It says stay innovative. We did see creative solutions, right? Voice experiences that haven't been heard of yet. So asking your spirit team as well, like journaling, speaking to them through writing, or just coming, asking questions, and then listening to the answer, or seeing what pops up for you, or what you're led to. Do everything now that you would regret not doing later. It says be open to receive, jealous of your beauty, growing wisdom. Maturity with your own energy equals mature, better manifestation / reality. I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit like, subscribe. You can check out your other zodiac sign placements in the description for links to the other readings, and we're going to move on.